Loiter around the radical left scene, and you will no doubt come across the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Out of all the left organizations active, they're the most insidious. Although Black Hammer and Revcom are eagerly jockeying for that armed position with their own insanity. But this is for those young, impressionable activists just starting out, exposed to exciting new ideas, filled with eagerness to change the world, and numerous organizations promising the radical solutions you crave. But for nearly 2 decades, the PSL has gained a much-earned reputation as a destructive force in activist spaces. First, we'll take a look at what others think about them. The Socialist Alternative condemns the PSL for their historical revisionism and backward version of anti-imperialism. They will usually side with any repressive state, so long as that state appears to be opposing the West or America. Other authors refer to this as tanky behavior, campism, or the anti-imperialism of fools, which leads us into the PSL's pattern of genocide denial and complete dismissal of other people's legitimate grievances. Siding with the murderous Assad and labeling anyone who stands against him as CIA puppets, demonizing the Hong Kong protests as pro-West and anti-China chauvinists. How dare Hong Kongers feel anger about police brutality? By the way, this is how China treats leftist student groups. Their dogma has them view complex geopolitical conflicts between capitalist states as imperialists versus anti-imperialists. Besides cheerleading despotic regimes, the party sees any opportunity to recruit any time a foreign conflict or domestic crisis explodes into the open. They will make sure to put themselves and their signs in front of every BLM or Palestinian protest, trying to take control of the action. Even the shameless lying grifters at the gray zone, like Anya, call them out for their opportunism and self-promotion. This sums up the way they co-opt radical dissent and exploit any movement for their own gain. One infamous incident of their opportunistic meddling was when they endorsed Roseanne Barr for president. The FSP documented this bizarre publicity stunt right here. Its main focus is always notoriety and recruiting new members. The average PSL member is used as a prop to bolster the group's public image and raise money. Naturally, with any authoritarian organization, it is predisposed to tightly controlling its members and allowing rampant abuse to flourish. One such example was with the Philadelphia PSLA branch and Stephen Powers. He was accused by former members of sexual misconduct and rape. The leadership brushed aside the evidence and later doxed and attacked the integrity of former members who made the claim or were critical of their response. Gloria La Riva herself also continues the victim blame and ignore abuse, not just in this case, but in other countless reports. Long before this, there was a culture of emotional abuse and surveillance of members' social media. The party has high turnover rates among its members who leave the group in disgust. This culture is very reminiscent of a corporate workplace or Catholic church. It's the old abusers rallying around abusers. The party's democratic centralism policy allows abusers and power holders to get away with mistreatment. Zero accountability and weak checks and balances. Smearing anyone who is critical of the party as being a Fed, disruptor, or informant is standard practice. Behavior like this is how the ISO imploded when protecting those in power is the priority. The party continues to fail women and allow abusers to roam free to this day. History has proven if a socialist organization does not address the concerns of its members, it is doomed to fail, and people are hurt. Activists should never fear for their safety or worry if their comrades will betray them for not upholding the party line. We owe it to those who are just trying to be heard. We have to thank those that came forward and braved the inevitable wave of harassment and doubt. This organization only produces disillusionment, toxicity, and it's just a massive waste of time. Finally, the ultimate point to take away from all this is to just be careful what group you join. Never accept abuse or blind loyalty to leadership. You matter more than any organization. Always challenge power. Be safe out there. Your work is invaluable. Never stop fighting. Solidarity and mutual aid for all.